Yeah, that's that striker beat. Top Strike, I think it is. Uh, Shout out to Gideon Block. Yeah. So, welcome to another educational episode of Our Galaxy and Beyond with Anthony and Juju. What it do, Ant? How you doing tonight? Tell the people how you feel.
Peace, family. Peace. Hey, glad to have you back in action now, Miss Juju.
Yeah,
Peace to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. You know,
facts.
I know we apologize for last week, but you know how it is when family got family issues, and you know, but
Yeah.
we back in action again.
Yeah, we back in
Like I
action
say,
again.
appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. No, we absolutely appreciate that. Yes. My apologies for last week. Uh, yeah, sometimes, sometimes doing great, sometimes I'm not. So I can't force it or push it, and I won't. But getting on to the show, not gonna keep you too long. We know we did the late night edition, right? We want to give a shout out to do that roll call. Shout out to Taj is in the building tonight. And also want to give a special shout out to the Black Panther herself, Miss Felicia. Happy birthday! And thank you for everything you do.
Yeah, happy birthday to you, there, Miss Lisa,
Yeah,
aka Auntie.
Auntie. We also got Keenan right in the building, and we got PseudoKillas official Chilimwe. I know more people will be coming in sooner than later, so it's all good. We're gonna get into it anyway. Um, I will tell you that this was for me very fun, especially doing the researching, seeing everything that's going on with this latest discovery that we're going to share for you today. And of course, letting you know that I've provided you with an abundance of sources in the description box. So make sure you tap on them. And some of the animated stuff that I have for you, I've also shared with you. And I want you to pay attention to the sites where I'm getting these sources from. I think one piece that I shared for you was from, let me see if I can find it. It's the journal. So Live Science and some of the articles we read talks about the journal that this particular article was had in actually. And yeah, physics.org. I got for you Advanced Science News. Um, but either way, I was able to actually give you the journal's article that they spoke about. Some amazing visuals for this astronomy and astrophysics. That's the journal. Some amazing visuals and some amazing simulations to what we're going to discuss today. But before we get into it, Anthony, did you want to say anything before we get into the nitty gritty, or start off if you want?
Well, it ain't too much, you know me. But I will start off with and end with the same thing. When you scientifically literate, they can't drag you down to their level and beat you up with experience.
Yeah, they can't beat us up.
So let's
'Cause
get it.
yeah, because we're on with that scientific literacy shield, right? Yeah. Shout out to Gary Barrick. Peace, fam. Glad you can make it. Zay Montego, you already know what it is, Zane. That's my little
Appreciate that, Zane. Appreciate that. Peace to you.
facts.
And
So,
peace to you, Gary.
yes, Gary is one of the newest members of our Discord, and we're happy to have you there. Shout out to Gary Barrick. Um, so tonight we're going to be talking about one of the latest discoveries at the James Webb Space Telescope, and this discovery has been one in the works, and there have been lots of tools that have been contributing to this new discovery, which I found was interesting. I haven't quite gotten to where I understand them all. I will go back and do some more research on this because I know we're going to need it for later. But I just, the reason why I also said make sure you look at the sites because they're all different. They're not the same. Some of them are not even of this country. Dawn, which is the Space Observatory, I believe. I'm not going to mess it up, but this Dawn, let me see, it's called the Dawn Center. This was one of the which is in it's not America, Copenhagen, Holland, that this is located. This only shows you that one, when an apple's always screaming NASA, you know then that they don't know nothing because
Mm-hmm.
it just doesn't come from NASA. When
Mm-hmm.
it's science and it's something, that's we can put our finger on, it's going to come from everywhere, and everybody who's involved in the game of astrophysics, that is, right? So it's just NASA is an authority in astrophysics. It's not the only authority. And that's usually how I know when a pseudo is on some stuff because yeah, I'd be like, can you tell me another space agency or authority on this subject? And they usually can't. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then I
Well,
usually
we
end the conversation. Go ahead.
we say it all the time, Juju. Science is a human endeavor. You
Correct.
know what I'm saying? It's it's collaborations around the world. You have all these different countries at war and doing these things and all this craziness.
Hmm.
But in the scientific community, everybody getting along and doing their thing.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just what it is. I mean,
Hmm.
science is a human endeavor. And you got people all around the world working on something, trying to advance us as a civilization or coming up with some great invention or whatever the case may be, but it's scientifically based. you
Right.
know, that's what it is. And it's coming from all around the world. So
All around the
science
world.
doesn't belong to nobody. It
Mhm.
belongs to all of us. You
Belongs
know what I'm
to
saying?
everybody.
That's what
Um,
it is.
Another entity that was involved in this discovery was called the Viper Project, which is the Vimos Public Extragalactic Redshift Survey. I thought this was pretty amazing. Um, I'm talking about these things, but I'll give you some visuals in a minute. And hopefully, you were paying attention when we discussed the redshift, and hopefully, you understand what redshift survey is. If you don't, just please go ahead and put your questions in the chat. We have our resident amateur astrophysicist, novice, because we don't ever claim to be experts or scholars in this field. We're just enthusiastic about science and these scientific endeavors that we know a majority of the people don't keep up with. So we want to share them with you, right? Hopefully, if you're with your family, they can spark some interest, especially with the young ones, or in fact young adults who
Yeah.
may be watching. So this is that's what it's really about. What is it? Getting, you know. How shall I say? I get lost words sometimes, but building this interest. So it's especially people that look like us, but
Mm.
we're not exclusionary, but we know
Mm-mm.
that there's an issue within the African American community when it comes to science, scientific literacy. So we want to get us more interested, more involved in that field, to create agency. So we don't have to keep running around. Well, not we, but some of us love to run around and scream white men science. And y'all know that I'm a stick on that for about a good year because I want to nail it home. There's no such
Yeah.
thing. Anthony just explained to you what it was, and we're telling you that these endeavors happen all over the world, and Africa is included in that endeavor. And I think I've gave you all some really great examples of that. So there are no more excuses, and that's
Mm-mm.
what it is. It's to shame the pseudos and all the skeptics, not the healthy ones, though. Okay, to shame them and let them know that that's not exactly how it works. Like you're not accurate on that. And then let me show you. You know, I'm not going to tell you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you proof. I'm gonna give you evidence for that. So
Yeah.
the cosmic vine. I don't even know where to start. I got some bomb visuals for this one. So I will start to tell you that the cosmic vine is found in. Hold on, I want to find this specific word. I usually don't take any notes, y'all. I rough it. Ha, it came up right up. So it's found in the extended growth strip. Okay, and this is a field covered by the James Webb Space Telescope surveys. Okay, and the growth strip, that's where I'll start. It's actually what it's called. It's a strip of space that they are studying. I have actually a few pictures. I like this one the best. So let me see if I'm gonna use this one. I'll show you. I'm gonna show you what the growth strip is. This is actually from Hubble's page. And again, I've shared all these with you. I'm starting from the bottom, going to the top. I'm going fast. I'll go back over, but this is the strip of space that they're talking about. This strip of space will be near Ursula Major. You familiar with Ursula Major? What is the constellation again?
It's the constellation itself is Ursa Major.
Oh,
but you have the asterism, which is the Big Dipper.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the
and
asterism.
It kind of sits in between the Big Dipper and the Bootes constellation, which sits kind of next to the
yeah, it is near the Bootes. That's the Bootes void it sits next to, or
well, the Bootes void is located in that constellation as well.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. I was like, well, it's a lot of stuff going on in that area.
Because we talked about them voids, and that's one of the largest voids. It is the Bootes void.
So here, let me start here also. So we showed you the strip. All right. So that's the area of space we're studying. So now this is a nice animation for you all. And I'll start it over also.
But when you look at those points, it just look like stars. But when you blow it up, you see they're galaxies.
So now it's giving you the cutout. And now it's giving you the strip in this cutout, if you're watching. And I'll play it a couple times so you can get your bearings on what's happening. Now it's pointing out these galaxies and galaxy mergers, which in essence will probably most likely later on become part of a cluster. I just find it fascinating. Usually it starts right over. Oh, that was neat. So let's try this one more time.
And you know, Miss Juju, some people thinking that it may be a precursor to the cosmic web. Or it may be an early part of the cosmic web.
That's interesting.
It's some ideas being floated around about it.
This is a cutout, and now this is a strip within the cutout. This also gives you an idea of how vast space is, how vast our universe is.
Like you say, that's just a little strip.
That's
just
only
imagine
a little
the
strip.
whole, the whole night sky. Wow.
Yo, I just find that like amazing every time.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but I did leave that animation. That's one of the sources that I left you. I find that interesting within the cosmic void. So let's get into it and tell you what this cosmic vine is. So a few notes. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm just going to give you a few notes in this. I left you every source that I use for the show. I'll always share it with you. There's always transparency especially with the show, PseudoKillas. That's one of the things we thrive on. There's no hidden secrets or knowledge. You ain't got to be initiated. None of that. Okay. It's just pure transparency and information, right?
All you got to do is read it for yourself.
That's all you got to do. Read it for
Because
yourself.
that's what we do, right?
Right.
That's all we do in Juju is just reading the information. At
Fact.
least I know for me that's, and I mean I say it every week. You are a awesome student. Look what you've learned
Thank
over the
you.
last few months. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
all y'all got to do is read this information. That's it. Like Unc
Thank you.
always say, it's locked in the secret place, the library.
Books. The library is locked in a book.
In the secret vault called the
In the
library.
secret vault. That's just the wildest thing. Oh, I thought I had it. Let me get you this image and then I'm going to share the information. So, first of all, we do know that it was definitely an international group of astrophysicists, scientists coming together that found this. This is what I will say. This is a scientific rendition of what I just showed you all. And you'll understand later, but these squares to your, they're to my right. Hopefully they're to your right. I have to figure out like, what is it? The orientation, because I found out that the orientation on StreamYard is a little different. Like I could be pointing to Anthony, but when I watch it back, it's pointing the opposite direction. So one day I'm going to figure that out, but my dyslexia gets the best of me sometimes. But to my right, or the smaller squares that you see are actually showing the galaxies that it speaks of in the article. Two main ones that it talks about is Galaxy A and Galaxy E. And you'll see this in the article, and it describes them as quiescence, which means that they are very slow in star formation, and they lend that to the fact that there was some starbursts going on during these so-called types of mergers, and it exhausted all of the star formation gases and different things like that. So there's not much of the star forming gases left in these two galaxies. But I jumped ahead a little bit. And all these are, we talked about redshift and how we got a little, we don't get too much in the calculations of it. That's why we'll bring back Dr. Farad again in the that, but we know that redshift is D. So these are at 3.44 redshift, okay? Or they're above 3 as far as redshift. And I will figure it out one day, but that number also lends to how old it is, because they can figure out the age of these galaxies by the redshift, by the wavelength, or how extended the wavelength is. They can approximate the age of these galaxies, and it's close. They're around 12 billion years. Very close to the age of our universe. Okay, so that's one instance. So it definitely was an international team of astronomers who discovered it. And this also is one of the largest, or the largest scaled structure that is gravitationally bound in the universe right now, as far as this cosmic vine. Why? I'll give you why. Because as it stretches as far as what is it, 12 million light years?
13, yeah.
13 million light years is how long it stretches.
And it's like 640,000 light years wide.
Correct. Which is about 240 billion solar masses of the sun. That's crazy. Did y'all hear what I just said? That's crazy, right? So this is beyond the cosmic web. The structure is pretty much probably the most massive. There's 260 billion solar masses. So you got to add on 20 billion. All right. And it has 20 massive galaxies
Mm-hmm.
and 6 galaxy over densities. So this is it's almost, I'm gonna use the word anachronistic, right? Because like, how can you have these huge, massive galaxies so early on in the
That
universe?
early. Mm-hmm.
And these are some of the things that astrophysics are trying to figure out, And if astrophysics has to be rewritten, so be it. But the more data we receive, and it won't be rewritten in that sense, but the more data we receive, the more we're going to correct the information and get it as factual as possible. With all the information that we have, what we know of, what we
Mm-hmm.
can test, and what we can prove, and what I'm
Well, it's
is in humans. So
when you mention they may have to rewrite some physics or whatever. I mean, that's just what it is, Miss
that's just
Juju.
what
That's
it
what
is.
science does. But it's
Yes,
gonna take better science. It ain't gonna be you doing it from your couch.
correct,
You know what I'm saying?
correct.
Now, this this actually challenges some of the things that we talked about, like the homogeneity
Yeah,
of the
it does.
universe. You know what
It
I'm saying?
does.
This challenges that
It does.
the lambda cold dark matter
Ooh.
that diagram you put up that shows all the stages, of the universe,
Mm-hmm.
starting with the Big Bang going up to
Yes,
what
sir.
we see today. See, these types of galaxies shouldn't be seen based off of our models
Correct.
that early in the universe. You have elliptical galaxies in there, you have spirals, you have merging galaxies, you have galaxies with a lot of dust, some without dust.
Yeah.
But the more they look into the galaxies, they see, the homogeneity coming back. But the lambda cold dark matter model, this challenges that. You know what I'm saying? So this may be some better science
Better.
to help us in our understanding. That's how science works. You know what
Correct.
I'm saying? It's not stagnant.
Not
Science
stagnant at
keeps
all.
going.
I want
So
to see if I can make this bigger. Tell me if y'all can see that. A galaxy. So that's the A galaxy. The word is quiescent. This just means it's not really forming stars. And that's just pretty much what it means. It's not active in that. That's galaxy A, and that's one of the massive, huge galaxies. And this is also telling you its redshift 3.434, which is, these are roughly around, again, 12 billion years old. Um, it's showing you galaxy B here, galaxy C, and it's also showing you galaxy D. It's and shoot, that's just wild. I'm looking at this and I'm still like, it's just wild, yo. And that is really close. The reason why
mm,
we say this is called the Vime. So we talked about um the cosmic web, and I did a show, and if you missed that show, please go back and watch. Make sure you like the show and share it with friends. But it shows you a massive web, and it shows you made up. This massive web is made up of all these like little dots, and I think it's counterintuitive to the eye because we think of little shiny dots, we think stars. But all these dots in the cosmic web are galaxies. And then we talked about filaments within that web that are massive,
mhm.
galaxy clusters on galaxy clusters. So this, if it is the beginning of the cosmic web, it's just outright phenomenal. And mind you, we're seeing this. Let me go back to the information. We're not seeing this when it actually is. We're seeing this like uh, I forgot how they put it, but
We're looking in the past.
we are looking
It's
in the past. But it gave me a number of how old
the
this
u- the
is.
universe when that light when the light from those galaxies left it was the universe was estimated to be 1.8 billion years in
Correct.
existence.
So I think it was 2 billion years that it said, actually. 2 billion years is what we're seeing because it took all this time for it to reach us. That's not
Yeah.
how old it actually is. Oh,
But that's why they're so red, and that's the red shift. You
correct.
know,
That's why it's so red. I
is
just think it's phenomenal. And of course, Galaxy E. A and E are the quintessent um galaxies, the one that are not really creating the stars. A question:
hmm
they found a star said to be older than the universe. Could there be a galaxy older too? Oh, Gary Barrick, we discussed
yeah,
this, and this is the Methuselah star.
yeah,
We actually have a show on this, so go back and watch the show. And real quickly, there are implications for this. First of all, the Methuselah star has what is it?
carbon,
Carbon in it. So if we go through um, the 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 the,
the
the, the
stellar evolution.
yeah, the galactical nucleosynthesis or stellar evolution, we would know that carbon wasn't around at the beginning of the galaxy, during the Big Bang, or after it. That came sometime later. That's one of the dead stop implications, and the other one is the implication of the cosmic microwave background. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like you would have to answer for the information that the cosmic microwave background is giving us, you know, to try to say that that star is older. It's not that it's older. They just don't have enough information, and from the tools and the data we have, the star is basically, probably going off the scale, but that's all we
hmm
know. But again, the carbon component is an important one, and
Yeah,
you can't get
that's
past
a major
it. That
component.
that's the major one. So there's something going on, and maybe we don't know what it is yet, but when we do figure it out, we'll fix it, and then they'll give us a clear picture. But you can't get past the carbon. And like we said in that particular show, you have to look at all the implications, and there are
Mhm.
several different implications when it comes to Methuselah. As far as the galaxy, I would say no. That how would that occur? And I'm not saying I know enough to even give an answer, but from what I do know, I don't know how that would occur.
Well,
The
see, the stars came first because excuse me, a galaxy is a collection of stars.
correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So the stars came first, but like you say, understanding the stellar evolution and how those elements are forged within stars
Right.
for that age that they're saying for that star, there was no carbon around to be, to form or to come into that star. It
Right.
has a significant amount of carbon, way too much, you know what I'm saying, to be the age that it is. So, or the age that it was estimated to be. So it's not that old, Gary. But as far as having a galaxy, nah. Like Miss Juju said, the cosmic microwave background is at 380,000 years,
Right.
you know, after the Big Bang. So you're not gonna find the galaxy, nowhere near that age.
Right. So, um there's some other things about this that gets a little bit technical, as far as the redshift. But again, the redshift, the only thing I can do, I don't know if Anthony do, but I am still learning or trying to figure out how to calculate the redshift, because how do I calculate the age from, because they're giving you the redshift 3.44. So I'm going to learn and figure that out, and then we'll be good then. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna figure out how to do this, even if I have to have Dr. Farad. But this basically gives you the age. It's telling you where the redshift was, what rate it was, and therein tells you the actual approximate age of the object that they are observing. And I think that's just phenomenal still. Yeah. So the width of this is, what is it, 650,000 light years, and the mass equivalent to around 260 billion suns.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and it extends for about uh, actually 13 million light years. It extends. So that means how long it is. It's literally
Mhm.
as long as how old the universe is, which is boggling, mind-boggling, but and I think that's another thing that may be counterintuitive. So the universe is 13.8 billion, but it is expanding. It's expansive and it's huge. So it may not be this. So its size does not, its age does not equate to its size. That's what I'm trying to
Mm-mm. Yeah.
say. Okay. So that's why we can have a structure that's smaller than the universe that can be as big as the age of the universe. If that makes
Well,
sense. Go ahead.
yeah. Well, one way to look at it is, okay, when you hear the 13.8 billion years, that's an age. Now, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people get it mixed up when you say um, 13 billion light years. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? See, that's a distance.
That's a distance.
And the observable universe is about 45, maybe 45 to 48 billion light years, you know, in looking one way. So if you put the whole thing together, I think they say it's like, no, it's like 90 something billion light years or whatever. But that is a distance. You know what I'm saying? So don't get the age of the universe mixed up with the
Distance.
distances. And the distance is changing because the universe is expanding. Remember, they're trying to figure out what's making the universe expand. You know what I'm saying? So, and then that's where you get into the redshift. Remember, Dr.
Correct.
Farrar was talking about the Doppler effect. You know, like
Yeah.
you hear, well, light does the same thing. So, remember, the universe is expanding. You might hear somebody say, well, this is 30 billion light years away. Then people will say, well, how can that be when it's only 13 point whatever billion years old? That's because you're talking about distance instead of age. So, yeah, we got to get that twisted sometimes, mixed up.
Yeah, and we're constantly checking ourselves too, so it's no worry. Before I go on, I want to say shout out to Fetty Kalunga in the building. J Cal join us. We got Fitain in the building. What up, people? We also got Fitz. What
What
up,
up? What
Fitz?
up, Fitz?
Yeah, we missed you. I hope all is well with your family. Yeah, shout out to Fitz. Let me see. We have any more questions? If you have any questions, please drop them, and I may be a little off, so please forgive me. But if you're also interested in joining the panel, do not hesitate. We like to make this show as interactive as possible. And sometimes I don't mind. Like, I like when other people come up here and co host, and I can just try. So, yeah, please join the panel if you like anybody, if you have any questions, or if you know anything about this and you have something to add. I personally didn't get into the very specifics. I feel like I want you to read at least one article, and then I want you to go to those sites, especially but I got the simulation, and go over those sites and see what else they have to offer, because I try to share things that are very much interactive, so they'll be fun for the kids also. I myself, as an older adult, I like visual stimulation. Like, I'm a very visual learner, so I'm big on having visuals. And people in PK that, if I'm setting up shows or helping them produce content, I'm always like, you gotta have some visuals. Like, we need some pictures. Yeah, because I think it helps when you're listening and you also see something, it solidifies it for you. Yeah, so if you have any question about what we just discussed about the cosmic vine please do ask away, or any of our past shows, please do um let us know. But Anthony, I wanted you to take a moment and talk about the Space Age African Astronomy Club and some of the new additions that you have, if you want to take a few minutes to do that. I
Oh
think
yeah,
Lisa already shared a picture or two. Shout out to Lisa. Happy birthday again, sis. Go ahead, Anthony.
yeah. I think appreciate that, Miss Miss Lisa.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, she put the link in there for the actual. You can actually see what we've gathered so far.
Mm-hmm.
We have a. I'm on a. I'm gonna make it my business to get some planets. This season. No, I
That
didn't.
is
I didn't.
awesome.
Yeah, I've been concentrating on on the deep sky objects. I
Yeah, you
just it's
have.
something about them galaxies and them galaxy clusters.
I ain't
You know
mad
that
at that, bro.
hey, that
That's
just blows my
dope.
mind.
It's
But
beautiful.
yeah, you can y'all can check out that link there. You can actually see, and as I get more things processed, I add them to it, and I got a lot. I've been able to get a lot of stuff over the last couple weeks. I've been pretty lucky with some good clear skies. I just got to get it all processed, so that'll be coming. But I'm gonna try to get at least one picture done per week, you know. But yeah, we and right now, it's the club is basically in developmental stages. Like I said, I want to be able to bring you guys, top quality work, and that's just
It's in this beta stage.
yeah. But that's just who I am. I like to
Oh,
be
good.
able
It's in the
to
beta
present my
stage.
best. So
Oh, I like this video. I'm gonna show them.
yeah,
Oh, go
peace
ahead.
to you, James Davis. Peace, appreciate that. But yeah, it's all about getting research grade material. The pictures that I collect, I want to be able to you know see supernovas, and I do have one. I do have one in that catalog there, with the supernova that went off last year in Galaxy Messier 101, the Pinwheel Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can check that out in there. Um, I have a before picture and an after picture, so you can actually see where the supernova went off, and it's also labeled. We got
Yeah.
we got the green comet in there. We got the moon, the sun, um, a lot of different galaxies. Galaxy clusters. I think I have the Perseus galaxy cluster. I'm working on the Virgo galaxy cluster right now. Well, actually, I might be finished with it. It's pretty nice too. Um, what else we got? Like I say, different galaxies, but I'm gonna make it my business to get some planets in there this year, this season anyway. We got Saturn. They're they're up pretty early. I want to say Saturn probably rises about maybe 2, 3 a.m. and then everything after that close to the sun right now. So later on in the year, I'll be able to get some good pictures of the planets for y'all. But yeah, we're just trying to get research grade, material where we can catch supernovas going off, or maybe even discover some things. Who knows? But it's everybody's welcome. Like I say, you can hit that link that Miss Felicia put in the chat, and you can join, and what it'll do is you'll be updated on different new things. Oh, there you go. There it is. Appreciate that, Miss Juju.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got. I need to update them pictures. I don't use none. I don't use
None of
neither
these
one of them
telescopes.
telescopes
I
anymore.
know. See, this is how serious Anthony is about it. These are like 3 different telescopes, and he has a whole entirely different telescope, which
Yeah.
is amazing. but all these images are not computer generated.
No.
They are real pictures of our galaxy taken by his instruments. And if you have any instruments, you got to let me know so I can update also. Because also in the description, I always put the instruments that he used, including his telescope, their hashtag. You can just press on any of the many different pieces to it, and it'll lead you to a page with more stuff explaining it, whatnot on YouTube. That's why I did that. So please, I work hard to make it easy for you if you are indeed interested and just want to get some information and get started. I give it all to you. And also, if you have any questions about telescopes or whatnot, I'm sure you can ask Anthony and he'll lead you in the right direction. Um,
Oh
this
yeah.
is the
And
green comment. That was pretty awesome. I love
yeah.
that picture there. That was dope right there.
And yeah, that was I'm still in the early processing stage, I guess you can call it, a phase or whatever, but that was real early. You know. But
This is pretty
yeah.
dope. This is our moon.
I
Yeah.
took that one, the one of the moon. That was my first
I'm gonna go backwards. I'm going back.
picture taken. And
That's dope.
I did that live with, matter of fact, it was me, Chilembwe, Miss Lisa, and Brother Smalls
Right.
in the Discord when I took that moon picture.
That's dope. I think this is very appropriate for today's show because this is a globular cluster located in the Boots constellation. There's a lot going on in that area of space.
Yeah.
For sure.
It is a lot.
Sun, ladies and gentlemen. And don't go home trying to take a picture of the sun. Even for a telescope. Go ahead. There's a special filter for that. Go ahead.
I have a a solar filter that you have to use when you're looking at the sun with anything, with your shades. Don't look at the sun without something solar, some solar lenses or solar caps or something. But I use that to take it, and that's a pretty good picture. You can see a sunspot down there at the bottom.
Yes, you can. That's a beautiful picture. Yes, we do not advocate nor support any of that rogue stuff. If you want to go ahead and look at the sun while it's in a solar eclipse, you go ahead. PK does not support that. We're going to do it the way that it's suggested by the experts, okay? Because a lot of things, people think that you will suffer immediately. No, those things can actually come about over time, so just be mindful, about that. We don't support anything that's against what was suggested by the experts. So when it's dealing with the sun in any shape or form, always use a filter, even if you're looking through a lens or a telescope. And actually that can be more damaging to your eye because of the magnification. So you have to think about that. That's pretty dope.
That was the sun was actually setting, you know what I'm saying, and some clouds moved in front of it. So that picture there was kind of rushed. I just grabbed everything. I'm like, oh, that's dope. Let me get this. You know what I'm saying? But it still turned out pretty good. I like that.
Good. It's a nebulous globular cluster.
Yeah.
M92, y'all.
I think it's one of the oldest, if I'm not mistaken.
What did I say again? Globular cluster located in the constellation of Canis
Venatici.
Ooh, gotta work on my Italian. Its radius is 90 light years, and it's approximately 11.4 billion years old. That's pretty awesome.
You see, the thing about them globular clusters, what makes them so unique is they're all very old, and they're suspected to be captured through galaxy mergers.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So they're a good way to age stars.
Correct.
This is one of the first ones I took. This is an early picture too. Yeah. I'm gonna go back and redo that one. The Owl Nebula.
Yeah, I think that'll be hot because When you do get a good image, it does look just like an owl, no doubt.
Yeah, it does.
Um, but I think that's pretty dope because it has like that green glow, and you know it's a nebula. Okay,
Yeah,
N13 cluster, and you got lots of clusters, and those are probably some easily
that's the
detectable things in the sky. Isn't this a part
yeah,
of the?
that was the eclipse we had last October.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
it wasn't. I was in Shreveport at the time, and you can
oh,
tell it wasn't a total for me. We
got it.
weren't in the.
The
Now the
area.
last one we just had, I'm here in Dallas. I was in the totality, but it was cloudy. At least where
Yeah,
I was.
that's some shame. These are all the eclipses. 80 years old.
Mhm.
Ooh, Mercer 52, the open cluster. I
Now
like
that's an open cluster there. So all those stars, they're not gravitationally bound to each other like the
right.
globular clusters, and they're way younger. The
Mhm.
stars in the open clusters are very young compared to the age of the universe. They
Oh,
may be. I don't think any globular clusters that they found in the Milky Way so far. I mean, open clusters are older than about maybe 2 billion light years. At that might be the oldest. I mean, not light years, 2 billion years old. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tripping. But yeah, open clusters tend to be a lot. The stars in those tend to be a lot younger.
mhm,
They have a lot more metallicity to them. They're not gravitationally bound to each other.
mhm.
Eventually, they will become what's like what they call field stars because it'll the open cluster will just kind of dissipate. You know what I'm saying? They'll spread out, be going their own way. So the globular clusters, like we were showing, they're gravitationally bound, they're tightly packed, you know what I'm saying? And they're very old. They've been that way for a long time. These
Mhm.
guys here, they're gonna separate. And it's believed that the sun started in an open cluster and now has become a field star. So they kind of just, float away and do their thing.
Wow. So I'm gonna say John Nix. We will make that possible for you. Just give us a little time. I've already been talking about it. We need to put some of these on shirts,
Yeah,
add them to the pseudo killers or community of skeptics clothing line, which we do have. So we're working on some things, okay?
most
Um,
definitely.
and this is a question from one of our favorite people. Gary, it says, Anthony, have you ever used one of those gigantic telescope observatories? Or have you ever been one and had the ability to use one? Maybe one
Hey,
day.
I have had the pleasure, Gary, of going to
Hawaii.
yeah, on top of
Hawaii.
Mauna Kea. I
Manakeo.
got to go to one of my favorite observatories to read about anyway, and I actually got a chance
Beautiful.
to visit it, the Keck Observatory. And I do have pictures. I'm gonna put them pictures in the astronomy club
You
in
should.
this here. I don't know why I hadn't done
You
it yet,
holding back.
but my
Mhm.
this picture right here, I know you can't see it. It's one of my favorite pictures, but I'm actually up on Mauna Kea. You know what I'm saying, with the night
Oh,
sky
no, no,
as my
it's not
background.
showing. It's not showing, Anthony. You gotta go in and
Oh,
fix your avatar real quick. But it's
okay.
actually his avatar picture. Is it in
Yeah,
is
it's in there.
no, is it in how do I
I
get
don't
out of
think it's in the book.
no,
I'm
it's
on.
not in the space, the
No,
club.
it ain't in there. But I'm gonna throw some in there. But yeah, Gary, I now those observatories they're not set up for you to actually look through an eyepiece. Everything in there is digital. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had the opportunity to go up there and I got a picture with the Keck in the background. It's
Right.
actually two telescopes. I got the Subaru. It's I think the Subaru is an infrared telescope, and it
Mm.
was another one. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, man, 14,000 feet elevation, dude. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
high.
It
Yeah.
was dope.
Can't
I
dive
got
off of
some.
that. That's
I
like
got
a
some
mountain.
pictures.
That
I
is on
got
a mountain.
you'll see in the background. You can see the clouds. We're above the clouds. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why they put those telescopes up there so high, so you don't have to deal with the clouds for one. And it's the atmosphere is much thinner up that high. You know. So yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, I like this one of the Cigar Galaxy. Don't you have another one of the Cigar Galaxy that you just did?
Yeah, with the Cigar Galaxy, and yeah, I did put it in there, so you'll come up
Okay.
on it.
It's like a
M81 and M82.
got it. And this is
This hood one,
M45.
yeah, that's dope. There, I like that one.
That's so dope. That's fly.
Now
Um,
that's the one you talking about, Miss Juju. That's
oh, okay, okay. The Cigar Galaxy.
yeah, M81 and M82.
Hmm. The other one is
And
the Cigar
then
Galaxy. Sombrero
okay,
Galaxy.
yeah, that's the
That's
Sombrero
a nice
Galaxy there.
picture too.
That one there is located in Virgo.
Okay. But you got the
Now
Pelican Nebula.
this one here, I kind of I was proud of myself. It need a lot of work, but I was proud of myself with
I
this
still
one
see the
because
pelican in there. I don't know what you're talking about.
it's
Um,
but it's the nebulosity that when you blow it up, you can actually see the dark nebulas, and it's
right.
but it most definitely can be better. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make it better. But that's this new program that I got, and it allows you to remove the stars, so you while you're trying to adjust the colors to your nebula, you're not messing up your stars. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? So like in that picture with the comet, some of the
Mhm.
stars look purple, but that's a problem with the telescope. You know,
Understood.
it's a it's a ve- it's a low quality telescope for taking pictures. So there's fringing and the coloration is off. Well, this program I got, it allows you to remove your stars so you can work on your nebula without making your stars purple and all that kind of crap. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that was yeah, I was proud with
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, boy. See?
I
See?
mean, but see, that's gonna be one where I can measure my growth from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, but yeah, like I said, we um we want to raise the awareness of scientific literacy, of course, but I like to do that through astronomy. And with this club, we can accomplish that. You know, I want to be able to use Dr. Ma'at as a model. You know what I'm saying? Like how now I know she's a degree, doctorate, PhD. I'm not that. But that model she has, you know what I'm saying, with working with the youth and just raising our game up. Because the
Facts.
pseudos are running rampant.
Wild. Just
The
wild.
pseudos are running rampant. So we have to raise our game up. You know what I'm saying? And she has a great model.
She
You
does.
know what I'm saying? And she putting in the work. So
Yes.
I want to get to
Yes.
that point. You
And then
know,
anybody try to talk bad on her, I'm coming for you and I'm gonna cuss you out because you ain't got no
no doubt.
wherewithal to be saying nothing about her. Like I had to do the little ugly little abo boy last night. Tore his behind up because, like, who are you? What you doing? You know, you
Yeah.
around here perpetrating someone else's culture and then you're lying on the history and then you're getting killed by your source at the same time. Yeah, no, we're not
See,
doing that. She's
we
doing
we
it.
got to get we got to raise our game up, Miss
Gotta
Juju, because
raise it.
them pseudos is just oh
Yeah,
my
they
goodness.
wild. Like I follow this young boy now, and he posted a post, and I was like, "That's not accurate." He's like, "I've been doing my own research." I'm like, "Boy,
Hmm.
yeah, I would love to see that research." Like, Share your research with me, because I try to be nice about it, not be abrasive, of course, because these are young people. I'm talking about 20, 30 something young, and that's people who are like, legit running stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I think
Mm-hmm.
it's imperative that we stay on the course to direct people on what's proper, what's real science and what's real history. I think
Yeah.
Terrence Howard is a testament to that, because I got initiated African Americans, with the whole initiated names, whatever, coming after me because of Terrence Howard. And I'm thinking, he don't even like black people hardly. Like, why y'all going so hard? Oh, well, they just don't understand, or he's doing this. I'm like, you just made that up. Like, you are the technobabble that you just spewed out your mouth is
Oh
just
my
as bad
goodness.
as his. Like, what are you talking about? And then wanting to throw out homonyms, tell me how it's my cognitive dissonance.
They crazy as hell, Miss Juice.
Really? Yo, get out my
They,
face with that, bro.
they are crazy as
Get
a
out my
bat.
face. I'm not with that. So I just find it very disheartening, because again, it's like real science has evidence. It
Yeah.
has, something that's tangible that can back it up, like,
Mm-hmm.
so Terrence Howard, like, where is the evidence? Where is the results of his inquiry? I can't call it scientific. Where are the results? Like, what does it produce?
Yeah.
Those are the things you have to ask.
Where to
And
work at?
where's the work? There's no work. People,
Mm-mm.
doesn't work. It does not. It's not real. He made it up. It's
And
it's
see,
giving grift. It's giving grift of the year. I think him and Billy Clarkson are like tied. Grifter, because your career is
but that's
okay.
why I always say, Miss Juju, when you scientifically literate, they can't drag you down to that level and beat you up with experience. You, when Terrence, anybody in this chat know that when they hear that mess, oh, that's crap.
We don't even
He
give it the
talking
time
crazy.
of day. People come, oh,
Source up,
no, no,
source up, dog,
no.
source up.
Yeah. No, there's like the words, and I think that was, a great job. A couple of the some of the, well, I could say Professor Davis constituent, because he has assisted PseudoKillas before. People don't know that, okay? But his take on it, he's no holds barred when he get into it. Like, it's not like he's sitting in front of a conference and has to be professional, right? He's on YouTube, so he gonna give it like he want to give it, and he does. And I think it's hilarious, because besides that, he breaks it down to a T. Like, the verbiage doesn't even match. That's stop one. Like, that don't go with that. You know what I'm saying? And that just goes to show how much us as uh the regular people, the audience, the viewers, or the novice, we're not experts. That's how much we know if we can't detect that, you know. So yeah, I just find it funny. This dude been arguing with me for 2 days on Facebook, because he's arguing with me because I'm not falling for the Terrence Howard BS. And I just find that very telling and sad. Like,
It's just nuts, Miss Juju.
it's nuts. Okay.
But like you say, you got the
Almonds, pecans, pistachios, it's
the the
peanuts, it's
the danger
walnuts.
is those that's going around repeating it like it's
But there's nothing they can
something
repeat.
brand new. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, all they can repeat is the BS rhetoric, because there's no proof. That's what science is about. Proof. Where's the proof? You don't got none. Yeah, so anything else you wanted to say about the cosmic vine? The biggest gravitationally bound structure in the universe right now is the
Hmm.
cosmic vine.
And it shouldn't be at,
Not
at
as
that
old as
age.
it is, but
So
it is. So deGrasse made him look very
He
silly.
did. In
He
a good way.
analyzed and debunked everything he was saying. Yes, Neil deGrasse Tyson did it very professionally and with grace and with compassion.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was two sides. Like Neil did it that way for, the Christian folk. And then Dave did it the other way for all the heathens. You know what I'm saying? He got, he got dirty with it, right? I was like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
with it. Yeah, go ahead, Dave, get him. And I know people say, oh, you sided with the white man. Yes, I did. Because I'm not siding with no idiots, even if they look like me. I'm not doing that.
With that tomfoolery.
I'm not doing it. Okay. So yes, beat them up, get them, because it's that is problematic and dangerous. For
Yes.
me, African Americans are already at a point where it is direly important for us to get on board with scientific literacy. Like Africans in the diaspora, like we need to be on the world stage and be able to compete in many different arenas. Okay, dealing with science. So to have people that have a platform, that have, that are popular, that are doing these giving grift like things, yeah, I'm not, I ain't, no, it's a no for me. That's all I gotta say about it. It's a no, no, no.
Yeah. I'm with you on that, Miss Juju. I'm trying to I'm about to load these pictures up and now. So y'all get a chance.
Hit that link again and get the pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the cosmic web. I've shared with you some amazing links for the cosmic web, even the research paper in astrophysics and astronomy. So check that out. It does some math for you, for all you math people.
Mm-hmm.
Math is not really my thing. It got better as I got older, which is
Yeah.
I was surprised, but it's like, why couldn't I have gotten this in college and high school? And I even took pre-calculus in high school in 11th, 10th grade. I didn't even take math in the 12th grade. Like, you would think I was a math whiz by how I was going, but I'm not.
Hey, but you can count that money though, right?
Yes, I can
You
count
good.
money and I can do percentages really good. Okay.
Your math good enough.
Yeah, I'm good at percentages. Like I could tell you the inflation on stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, I could tell you the interest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, come with me with that. I could do that. So Terrence Howell is the future. I hope not, Zane. The truth, the light, and Zane, stop. I need
Zane,
you.
we in trouble, dude.
Please don't do that. Please do not speak that in existence at all.
I hope that's one of them false prophecies you giving us, dude.
He is trying to pin himself as some type of prophet.
Yeah, the motherfucker
Like
crazy.
it's
That's what
giving
pardon my
Paul.
friend.
It's giving Jim Jones. It's giving Griff. It's giving
Hey,
y'all better not drink that Kool-Aid.
I'm inclined to think that maybe, the acting career ain't going so good.
No,
So
it ain't. When the last time you seen Terrence Howard anything except
it's
for them
been
big
Empire.
movies?
See,
Oh, see, I don't even watch Empire, but that's my
but
own personal thing. I don't
he
watch
was I think he was strolling through YouTube one day and he ran across a Billy Carson video.
Yeah,
Said,
you know
man,
he did.
I can get in there and make something up like that.
Man, Billy
You know what I'm
Carson didn't
saying?
even
Just
go
make it
that
up.
far.
I'm divine.
Man, Billy Carson ain't got no patents or none of that. But Billy Carson's like full. Professor Dave also did an assessment on him, and it was hilarious,
Right after the Terrence Howard one.
But I'll share this for y'all.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I'm conflicted on because when I was in Egypt, and my tour guide giving us the history was Egyptian. He was saying something that the Nile River actually did run under the pyramids or near the pyramids. So I gotta go fact check that because look. The tour guides in Egypt, they can be wrong too, okay? Just because they're Egyptian don't mean nothing. Some of them are Muslim, and even because they're Muslim or we're Christian, it's that. The religion also, like they play on that. They play on the religious minds. And like there's some things that, yeah, I'm like, nah. Me and Kevin, it was funny because every time he would say something, me and Kevin knew it was like wrong or pseudo. We just look at each other, we'd be like, pseudo.
Well, to his defense, Miss Juju, rivers do change courses, so maybe so,
Yeah,
maybe
so
I don't know.
But that's the thing. I've never heard anyone really talk about the river in the desert and like We know that there are water sources that run underneath, so it's just something I want to do a little bit more fact checking on, because I'm on the side that the rivers did run near it, because I feel like that would help answer a lot of other questions concerning like the Finks in particular, and some of the water markings and things like that. Okay, and we know
I
that
mean,
there
it's
was.
highly possible because I
It's
know
highly
here in
possible. So, but that just lends to, so pseudos will use accurate information just to
oh
push their
yeah.
pseudoisms. So they mix it up. So you know, you like, oh yeah, but that was true. But yeah, the other was techno babble.
Hey, go back to the y'all go back to the video we did on what's his name, Red Pill or whatever.
Oh Lord, yeah,
They actually in his
used a lot of
pseudoisms,
good
he actually used the science.com article.
He
He
did.
actually
He
used
did
that.
use science.com, and we
Yeah.
like that. We use that, okay? But
Yeah.
all that other stuff,
But
it's saying
then he
about gazing
pseudoed
in
it
the,
up.
wait a
You
minute, about
know,
gazing in the sun? No,
the
don't
evil
do that.
spirits is coming from the black hole in the center of the universe. I mean, center of the galaxy and all this. That's not in science.com.
Oh, doesn't that
That
need that
part.
intro?
That's not in there.
Teriology
But
going about that. He got the Oscar because he was a pimp. If he was a doctor, he wasn't got it, Gary. I still be mad about that. Like Halle Berry got it because she was a slut. Like, excuse me, parents. Sorry. But yeah, he did get the Oscar though. And that was a good movie. I ain't gonna lie. We was all, yeah, like that was good. But
what movie he got an Oscar for?
did he get the Oscar?
I
Oh,
don't
see, now
know.
you
I
got me
don't
messed
keep
up.
up with him like
But he
that.
was a pimp. Hustle.
Hustle and Flow.
Yeah. Oh, they got the Oscar for the soundtrack though. And that was by
You know, it's hard out here for a pimp. You ain't
don't do
know,
it.
man.
Wait a minute, that's my crew. I can't remember the people. I'll be having so
That
much
was a pretty good movie, though. I like that movie.
brain fog. It was a good movie, but I'm gonna tell you who got the Oscar though. They got the Oscar for the song.
Look at Gary. Gary, what you know about that? Hard out here for a pimp. What you know about that, Gary? Hey, that was jamming, wasn't it?
I better help
know
me.
it was jamming.
I know who it was.
There you go.
What did it say?
3-6 Mafia.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Try Juicy J. That's right. Thank you, Zane. Look at Gary. What did Gary know about the 3-6 Mafia? Gary, I know that's right. I know that's right. You know more than
That's
I
what's
do.
up.
Juicy J. Shout out to Juicy J. Facts. So, yeah, they did get the Oscar for the soundtrack or the song. So,
yeah,
they did. But Teriology gotta go, Zane. Not 3-6 Mafia, right? Yeah. 3-6 Mafia. So yeah, that ain't gonna work. But yeah, that's our venting session for the night.
Yeah.
And that's Cosmic Web. It's that simple. That's the latest James Webb Space Telescope discovery, along with Dawn and Viper. And I left all those in there so you can see what they are as far as the surveys that they've been taking for quite some time. You know, Hubble is still part of that because a lot of the information that Hubble garnered that helped with these surveys is the stuff that we're building on. So, you know, nothing goes in the trash, right? We're building upon it, and it's all very relevant and important. And that's why there is a catalog for all that stuff, and they have websites for the European Space Agency and Hubble and NASA and Viper. I mean, I put the site in for Dawn. That's in Copenhagen, Holland, Denmark. Yeah. So all that's in there for you. And that's why I said, look at where these sources come from, because it shows you that it ain't just NASA. It's lots of things going on to make this to be what it is. You know what I'm saying? But NASA is the authority, but there are other authorities. Just remember.
I know we talk about Webb a lot. I mean, Webb has been up there about 2 years now.
2 years. It's shining bright like a diamond.
Man, I mean, it has rewritten some things.
It has.
It's given us the visual observations we need to, come up with new things. But like Miss Juju just mentioned, building on Hubble's legacy, because Hubble was a beast. You know what
Hubble
I'm saying? I
was.
mean, James Webb. I mean, Webb is a beast. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah,
man,
but
Hubble
Hubble,
has done so much.
I have a better respect for Hubble
Oh,
now that I know that what it really was. You know what I'm saying? Go
yeah.
ahead,
I
Anthony.
mean, like those galaxies that Webb is giving us visuals of that are very far away. Hubble discovered them, or
Hmm.
they were discovered with Hubble. Now Webb is doing this thing too. Don't get me wrong,
It is.
but
Hubble
a
paved the
lot,
way. Hubble definitely paved the way.
most definitely. You talking
Okay.
about the ancestors? That's the ancestor.
I say
You know what I'm saying?
ancestors too. I like that.
uh,
Ancestors.
like Sosa like to say, when we talking about them tribal, them tribe, the big man. Hubble is the big man. You know what I'm saying? So, but there are others. There's one that's been launched since James Webb that's doing some damage, and it's called Euclid.
Oh,
Euclid is going
Euclid.
in.
Yeah, I think we
You know
need
what
to
I'm
talk about
saying? So
Euclid. Euclid is finna. Oh boy,
I'm
Euclid.
gonna try
Oh,
my best
please.
to incorporate some of that Euclid in here. But Webb, man, whew, Webb keep you busy.
And
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot. I mean, Webb is sending back information daily,
yeah,
daily. Like what we
yeah.
talked about today, the cosmic vine. I mean, it's not brand spanking new. This,
No, it's
matter
not.
of fact, I think that article came out like November of last year.
Yeah, 2023.
But look at all the stuff we've covered since November. You know what I'm saying? And it's still so much stuff out there from Webb.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, Webb got it going on. In my opinion, that's the best um, way that we
Discovery.
could have spent some tax money.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm
That $10
saying?
billion piece of equipment.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's why
boy.
all my tax money went to Webb. I don't know where
Yeah,
y'all's went, but
yeah.
mine went to
I feel
Webb.
you. I feel you. Um, I think we should do a show on Euclid just to tell people what it is
Yeah,
and it's what it's about. I think that will be fun though. For
let's
real.
do that next week then.
All right. What up,
Peace,
Odio?
audio.
Yeah, he in Hawaii, y'all. He always bragging. I'm just
Oh
taking
yeah,
photos.
that's what's up.
And he'd be on the
And
beach and it'd be so pristine and majestic and beautiful. And I'm like, okay, you could just keep rubbing it in. That's fine.
and yo, Odio, check out that our galaxy section in the Discord. I think I put some stuff in there for you one day, a
Oh,
couple weeks
nice.
ago. Yeah.
Odio too. I had tagged you in a couple of they didn't have nothing to do with Galaxy. It had to do with fashion. He into that fashion couture, y'all. Yeah. I used to love that too. So I like that somebody's interested in it. But I tagged you in a few things and I think you'll like them. But I know Balenciaga was on this thing too recently. Well, yesterday, tonight. Is it look at Euclid more advanced? I mean, perhaps, but it's not so much of it being more advanced. It's the particulars of what it's meant to do. See, James Webb Space Telescope was meant to observe things, especially in the X-ray. You know, things that we can observe with our sight, like light that is no longer in the spectrum that is visible. So those were one of the main things that James Webb was supposed to do, and also to be able to see in the future. Like it can see so far back
Mm-hmm.
that that's what makes James Webb Space Telescope what it is.
Yeah.
But I gotta get into Euclid. I don't want to mess it up, but I don't know if I want to say more advanced,
Well,
perhaps, but
e-
it's for a particular job.
yeah. Well, Euclid, it's actually it gives you a wider field of view of the
Mm,
sky than Webb will, and Euclid also operates mostly in the visual. So it would be more like a successor to Hubble, where James Webb is a different type of telescope. It observes in the infrared.
Yeah.
Now, they'll be able to, with Euclid, what they'll be able to do is actually really get into redshift, if I'm not mistaken. But it also has some near infrared capabilities. But Webb has the near, the mid. I don't know how far it gets into that. But as you can see, it's making discoveries close to the dawn of time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but Euclid is going to give you a wider field of view. So it's actually measuring multiple objects at the same time. You know, as Webb is more of like a special, well, I don't want to say specialized, but it has a smaller field of view, but it'll look much deeper into space. Whereas Euclid has the wide field of view, and it's giving some good pictures. I've seen some
Definitely
good ones
giving you
on.
some good pictures, bro.
Yeah, I've seen some good ones on, in some articles, and come up in my Google feed. I get some articles about what Euclid is doing. There's a few. If you go into the European Space Agency, the ESA, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, they have
Because I believe they operate it.
Yeah.
I think it's one of their satellites.
Correct.
So you can, but we're gonna dive into it. You want to do it next week, Miss Juju?
I'll do it next week. Next week will be or Saturday. Nah, I can't do it Saturday.
Nah, it's gonna be tough on this Saturday.
Yeah, that's fine. Next week it is. Next week we'll talk about Euclid for you all.
Yeah, we'll get into Euclid and what it's doing, because it's giving some amazing data, man. They're getting some good information from it.
Facts.
That's for sure.
Facts. So we'll get into that. Once again, we're gonna do it for you, Zane. Because your family. Yeah. So we're gonna give you Euclid next week. Any other suggestions, Gary? If you got suggestions, because I know you hear all the time, please do. Anybody else have any suggestions about what they want to hear or see as far as our galaxy and beyond? Just let us know, and we'll be happy to tap into that and get you all the information you need and all the visuals you need. And yeah, I do the visuals too, because again, you could take this and you don't necessarily have to let your children watch the video. You may find it too boring or whatnot, because I understand this type of information can be very difficult to grasp. So if you want to do it like on your own time, your own way with your children, with the resources that I've left as far as the pictures and whatnot, that's fine. And that's why I leave it for you, and if you just want to do it in bite-sized pieces, yeah, that works. So it's always there for you, even in a few of our first videos. I've left links in there for different sites. Don't forget about nasaspace.com. That is actually the website for children, but I also advocate that one or suggest that one for adults, especially if you.
It's sometimes a lot of that stuff. I'm sorry, Ms. Juju, but a lot of that stuff we need it on the very fundamental level. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Don't feel discouraged or any type of way, because I look at those. If it's something brand new that I want to learn, I take it all the way back to the very basic level. And sometimes that may be a children's video.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Easier so you can grasp it and then you build on that. Okay.
Yeah, you build on it.
Nothing wrong with that. And intelligent people know that. See, that's why I think somebody discovered. I'm like, why was the date? And I was like, I don't know the date. We can look up the date, but I'm telling you, that's the facts. Right. And now that I know the quote, I always quoted, what is it? Einstein said, never remember things you can look up. That's how I know when people are pseudo too, when they tell you, well, what was the day? I don't know. Me, I'm dyslexic, and also I have tremendous brain fog.
When they say, give me the definition
of this. Ask me to remember no dates, okay? Because I'm not gonna be able to grasp that. But I can tell you what happened. I can tell you. And
no damn definitions. Hell, I don't have a Webster dictionary in my goddamn head. I don't.
Yeah, that's not a level of how intelligent you are, because you have a photographic memory. That's all that is, right?
I ain't gonna even lie to you.
Some of the greatest pseudos that we know, super pseudo, especially those abos, they are constant at being photographic memors, but they don't know Jack. So yeah, but what do you really know? Nothing, but you can remember all that petty stuff. Get up out of here. Just to tell me it's wrong and you don't believe it. Oh my God, leave me alone.
Nuts.
Nuts. Nuts. We got to get a soundboard to say nuts.
Some
No
with some
Diddy.
peanuts on it or something.
Yeah. Or boil peanuts. Lemon pepper boiled
Not
peanuts.
the ball peanuts.
Yeah, I love me some boiled peanuts, bro. I'm a country girl.
They
Lemon
sell
pepper
them at
boiled
Buc-ee's.
peanuts.
Y'all got Buc-ee's down there?
Yeah, we got Buc-ee's down here. We got Buc-ee's we got like I think one of the biggest. It's not the biggest, but it's one of the biggest Buc-ee's, I think.
Yeah, they sell them at Buc-ee's.
Yeah, nah, homemade boiled peanuts, like, cause they be too salty. They be too salty, like, if like you get them processed, it's way too much salt, and I don't do that much salt. Yeah, no, I can't do that. But that's the show for tonight. I don't think we have nobody else. We just really gave y'all some extra stuff because that was the information. Just we're gonna continue to have fun with it, and we're gonna get into Euclid next week. So watch out for us Wednesday, probably at 10, maybe at 8, but I'll make sure I'm getting back into the groove of things. I was knocked down for a little bit, and that's what happens in the thing that I'm going through. Like it's a process to get my body back to where it was before my whole dilemma. And so sometimes I can't get it right. And I move very slow. So I'm getting back into the thick of things, and actually we'll be bringing you some stuff happening Saturday. We're going to commemorate men's mental health awareness. So make sure y'all watch out for that on PK. And we got a couple other shows that we have lined up for you in the next week coming. And yeah, I'm fighting with Chillin' Bay right now on when we're going to schedule the next garden show. Okay.
Yeah, because I missed the last one. Well, I missed the live. I got back, to watch it. But yeah, I got some things I want to ask Marcus about that gardening things, and maybe a few things I can, I can throw out there, because I had a green thumb for a little while. You know what I'm saying? I've raised gardens before. And
ma'am, my thumb is still like in the brown greenish phase. Even though I was part of a community garden, I wasn't like big at the growing part, but I was big at the other stuff. Like, those gardens, like administration need people to help, get the plots out, because we sold plots. It was like $20. He need advertisers and encouragers. So I did all that. Okay. And I let we call him the garden father, but the master gardener handle that stuff, But he was teaching me. You feel me? I might get back into it. I miss Russ. His name was Russ, and he was pretty cool. What up, Chris? Thank you, John. We'll keep it up. We was getting into some good numbers. Sometimes it'd be 50, sometimes it'd be 10. It don't matter. The people that are here wanting to hear the information, we're gonna give it, and that's pretty much it. And we're good with that. It ain't no stress here. It ain't no stress. All we know is we're rah-rah free zone over here. Ain't no drama, ain't none of that disrespect, none of that. It's rah-rah free, it's just straight information. Okay. So that's what we got. But shout out to Chris, shout out to John, Zane, Lisa, Gary, and everybody else. We appreciate y'all. You got a final word, or you don't got a final word? If you don't, you know what I'm gonna do. You good?
What's happening, Chris? Who else you say came in? Oh, and Miss Lisa. Yeah, I saw that when you moved to the country. Yeah, I could use them dark skies, because here in the city, light pollution ain't no joke.
I can't.
It ain't no joke. But yeah, I would love to get me some, maybe a Bordeaux 2 or Bordeaux 3 somewhere deep in the country. Yeah, it's going down in. You can really that dark, the backdrop of the night sky.
Yeah.
The darker the better. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
For
yeah.
real.
But here
But
in the city, it's just the I have a filter that helps with it, but when you go out to dark skies, you don't need no filters. You know, so
right.
yes, ma'am. I most definitely will take you up on that.
Oh. Any final words you
That'll
have?
be a Space Age African Astronomy Club meeting.
Yeah, gathering.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna work on some gatherings soon, fam. It's time. So
But yeah, that's about it for me, Miss Juju. I ain't got much. Got to get it in the morning, like most people.
yes. So thank you all for coming out, and until next time, we're gonna have something witty for all that, but we don't have it today. We just have a good night. So we'll see you next week, y'all. Thank you for joining us. Good
Yep.
night.
Peace. I don't know about this.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Yeah.
I can just stand in one spot and do that all night.
Yeah.